They say motherhood is a journey, but let's be honest, sometimes it feels more like a roller coaster with no seatbelt. I bet you're like me, wondering why babies, or teens in my case, don't come with instruction manuals. Welcome to This Incredible Mom Life, the podcast that celebrates the beautiful chaos, quiet wins, messy moments, and everyday miracles of being a mom. I'm your host, Dummy, wellness coach, mom of 3 boys, and a passionate believer that you don't have to live at the mercy of PMS, burnout, or exhaustion. Join me every week as we hear the craziest and most unbelievable mom stories. I'll be sharing the huge accomplishments and triumphs of both our moms and their kids. We'll giggle, cheer on the kids, and discuss obstacles and lessons learned along the way. If you are struggling to be the best mom you can be, how open-minded are you to booking a free call with me? You don't have to live at the mercy of your cycle, and you definitely don't have to do it alone. Give yourself permission to let me be part of your support system. I believe that you weren't meant to just survive motherhood. You were meant to thrive in it. Hi, here we are again. Today I want to share some things I learned in my 40s. Yes, 40s. And no kid stories today. These are mom stories about me. Some of the lessons surprised me, and a few of them completely changed my life. If you've ever felt like you're too old to start something new, or like the best years might be gone, this episode is especially for you. Here are 5 things I have learned in the last few years. Lesson number 1. Starting over is humbling and powerful. One of the first big lessons I learned in my 40s was how to go back to work. I had been a stay-at-home mom for over 9 years. When I started a new PA job in 2019, I honestly felt like a brand new grad. I had to relearn hospital systems, get comfortable taking patient histories again, and think twice before ordering labs or prescribing medications. At the same time, my entire home routine changed. Gone were the days of flexible errands and spontaneous grocery runs. I had to plan meals, shop strategically, and figure out how to balance work, being a PTA mom, and getting my kids to all the activities. It was a lot. And then COVID hit. That was when the next lesson came. Lesson number 2. Your health can't wait until later. During quarantine in 2020, something shifted for me. For the first time, I decided to truly focus on my health, starting with my PMS symptoms because they were the most disruptive. I had assumed that they were just a part of life, something I had to tolerate. But I had time, so I started researching. I learned about cycle syncing. I read books, I tracked my cycle, I experimented with food, exercise, and sleep. And here's the part that still amazes me. Within 4 months, my PMS symptoms were gone. No cramps, no monthly misery. For the first time in my life, I realized how deeply connected food, movement, sleep, and hormones really are. I didn't learn this in PA school. No doctor had ever explained this to me. I learned it from wellness communities, and it changed everything. As my symptoms disappeared, other things improved too. I slept better and woke up refreshed. My brain fog lifted and I had more mental clarity. I built more muscle tone in my 40s than I ever had in my 20s and 30s. If I could go back in time, I would tell my younger self just one thing. Learn how to track your cycle and live in tune with it as soon as possible. It would have saved me decades of monthly struggle and opened doors much sooner to growth in my marriage, my work, and my personal development. Lesson number 3. Strength looks different than you expect. As part of cycle syncing, I started strength training for the first time ever. I was a cardio girl. Dance workouts with Bollywood music were my thing. When I joined a local mom fitness group, I was using 2 and 3 pound weights and stayed with those longer than I probably should have. My fitness coach encouraged me to try 5 pounds, then 7, and now 8. Are these baby weights compared to some people? Sure, but I'm a 2-time cancer survivor, and I started slow, very intentionally. I am eyeing those 10-pound weights with some hope now. Why do I care so much about weights? There's a moment I'll never forget. Sitting in the ER one day, I was thinking, I have 3 young kids. I need to be here for them for a long time. That moment changed how seriously I took my health. Lesson number 4. You're never too old to learn something new. Here's one that always makes people smile. I learned how to wear makeup at the age of 42. In my teens and 20s, mascara and lipstick were enough. In my 30s, I had 3 little kids and 0 energy to learn anything new. But in my 40s, I finally learned what primer, foundation, concealer, contour, and highlighting actually were. I watched YouTube tutorials and asked my sister-in-law and younger cousins a lot of questions. And I practiced. And it made me wonder, what else do we avoid learning simply because we think it's too late? Tag me on social media at The Wealth of Wellness LLC with this podcast episode and what you think it's too late for. Finally, lesson number 5. It's never too late to be a beginner. The most recent lesson I've learned in my 40s is how to start a business. When I began coaching and working with business mentors, it felt like learning a new language. Sales funnels, lead magnets, SEO, CRM, ROI. If you're a mompreneur, you get it. I'm 3 years in now, still learning, still growing, and still making progress. That's probably the biggest lesson of all. It is never too late to be a beginner. Whether it's learning something new with technology at work, understanding your hormones, picking up weights for the first time, or finally figuring out concealer, growth starts the moment you're willing to begin. I'd love to hear from you. Head over to social media, find The Wealth of Wellness LLC, and tag me with one thing you learned in your 30s or 40s, or something you're finally giving yourself permission to start now. And if listening to this makes you think, I want to feel better in my body, but I don't know where to start, that's exactly what I help women do, step by step, without feeling overwhelmed. Thanks for being here. I will talk to you next time.
Are you struggling to be the best mom you can be? Are you fatigued, overwhelmed, and stressed out? Are you losing precious time with your family because of PMS? If so, sign up for my free gift on how to start living in tune with your monthly cycle. The link to get it is in the show notes below. Use this guide to help you start to eliminate your symptoms of PMS, increase your energy, reduce stress, and fully enjoy this incredible mom life. The way I see it, you have 3 choices. You can try to figure it all out on your own. You can do nothing and stay where you are, or you can get the customized guidance you need to thrive as a mom. The choice is yours. Thanks for listening to today's episode. I hope you learned something from these stories. If you enjoyed this show, please make sure to subscribe, rate, review, and share this podcast. It really helps this show grow. If you have a mom story you would like to share, click on the link in the description below on becoming a podcast guest. Remember, the content on this podcast is for general information only. It does not replace any medical advice given by your healthcare providers. Please check with your doctor if you have any questions about your specific condition and before starting any new diet or exercise regimen. Thank you, and you will hear from me soon.